Hi everybody, I warmly welcome you to this Fusion360 tutorial where we will create this detergent bottle, and we will use freeform modeling in this case because solid modeling or surface modeling would be quite difficult to do this complex form, but with freeform I think we will get the best and fastest result. I only have these two images, so your models will be definitely a little bit different than mine. So it is a freeform project. That means that every bottle will look a little bit different now. So let's get started with, of course, as usual, a canvas. And I got here my side view, put it in there. I'm just scaling it a little bit and do a rough calibration. And I just take here a measurement from here to here, somewhere around 45 millimeters. The reason why I'm doing this because I will start then also with a cylinder with a measurement, and this will help me later on to define the bottle cap and do the solid modeling. Everything else will be freeform, but so that I have a rough guidance. And I just position it that here the cap, and where I need some cylindrical stuff later on, is just here somewhere in the middle of our Z-axis. Good, and I save my project. Detergent bottle. Save. And we will start with freeform modeling. So go here to create form. And the first thing that we will create is a cylinder. And we will take here the bottom plane as starting point, and also here the origin as center point. And we will try now to give it 43 of a diameter. And let's check if take a height of 30. Faces, actually I don't need that much, but 8 is fine. I hit OK, and with the M key I will move the whole object and see what my measurements do here. So I'm not sure if this is fine because I want to use with, it's too big actually, so I may adjust my image a little bit more. So that this is actually a little smaller than, so it fits inside. That's my goal. Yeah. And now I'll put it up so that the starting point is the bottom plane. Hit OK, hit M again and move my cylinder here. So with my diameter of 43 I'm happy, and I have space left on the left and right side for the cap later. But yeah, that's my starting. Okay, then I will edit, of course, and extruding some stuff here. And when you use the keyboard shortcut for edit form, you can move and scale and rotate your vertices, edges and faces. And of course we have quite a lot of nice tools how to use this kind of modeling. You may know it from Maya or Cinema 4D or whatever, Blender, I don't know, that use similar tools. And of course here in Fusion I have a little bit of limited options and possibilities, but we will try to get along with the things that are provided here. So edit form, I will leave all the three as they are, and actually I will extrude the lower one. And when you hit at my Mac, it is the Option key. When I hit that, I can move it and it will extrude instead of just moving. At Windows, it should be the Alt key, so when you press it and drag, it will add geometry to your design. With Control 1, 2, 3, you can switch between a rough mode and the smooth one. I always use both because during the modeling I have to check sometimes if nothing gets weird. So Control 1 and 3 I'm using all the time, and I will use it also. I take the 3 mode. So I take some of the edge loops with double click, and here in the middle I can scale everything, and I do this with these two, but I don't want to get that thick on the side, so you can take this one here, and so I can just add a little thickness in one direction, move it. So that's our first trying to define this curve here. I will add here then later on some more edge loops, and I do this again, double click, press Option on the keyboard, and I'm still in editing mode, and when I go down with the arrow I can add here some more geometry, switching here to the side mode and trying to follow the form. And check here on this side, maybe I add a little bit more thickness here, but not too much. Check in one mode, yeah, looks fine everywhere. And what you could do also now is just edit some points. So select a point and move it so that we could follow this line roughly, yeah, more or less rough. But be sure that you take both sides, or you work with the symmetry, but I will show you in a second at the other part. I leave it here in this definition. I will work on it later again, but now we are starting with another cylinder from the bottom up. You could also start with a cube, but I find it a little bit easier. So Then hit OK here. Then add another cylinder, starting here from the base. I will change it anyway. We take here 10 now. Or 12. Or even 8. Let's use 8 because you should always start your forms as rough as possible, and we will add here later on some bridges. So I'm just moving it up around there. And height faces, I will add anyway some more faces later on, but for the beginning I start to add now a little bit of forming. And here I use the symmetry the first time, so go here, symmetry, mirror, internal, and I select 1, 2, and you get these green lines so that the symmetry is defined. Hit OK. And when I now, with the E key, edit one side, the other is automatically going with it. And now I'm activating the 3 mode, actually, because one mode, Control 1, because for the rough form, it is a little bit easier. And what I do is I try to create the form not that perfect round. Got it a little bit more cubic, more or less, of course. And when you have just a small number of edges and faces, of course, it's way easier to create the first rough form. So I'm switching to the right view. And just moving a little bit of vertices. And here in this area, I have to move everything because I want to follow the form along here. Be aware of what kind of geometries you select here. And the inner one, I use this edge, and the second row, I hope you see it in the image, is here, that one which is coming in. Here it might get a little tricky. Or let's do this. Yeah, I think it's easier for the beginning that we just do a rough stuff, and we will add here some geometry later on. Maybe we already insert one edge loop here, edit, no, not edit form, insert edge. I had the one with double click selected, and I just push it down here, hit OK. So I have some more, go back to edit mode. Do some more definition here. Then also have a look here at the side view. Of course, we don't have good measurement how thick it is, so just feel free that you have a good feeling of the thickness here. This one I push it. No, push it inside. Okay, and just go on with the form when you're more or less happy. Double click again, press Option or Alt and push it up. Go here to the right view. Not too bad. And another time, he'll hit Option. And now I'm trying to following this lower line here. And be sure from the side view, it is, just double click it and scale it together because it's going here inside. Maybe also this row, I will scale the whole row. Not too bad. And then I'm connecting these two forms here with a bridge, and this will give us immediately this nice little form up here. So hit OK. Then see here we have two purple bodies. Let's see if we could make one out of the two. You take a bridge here and one side select 1, 2, 3, and I would advise that you go selecting all over, because the bridging does a little bit weird stuff when you use the symmetry here, and it will leave a hole at the symmetry line. So be aware that you select here the 6 edges. We are leaving the last one, I will see in a minute. Side 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it seems to work. Faces in between 1, we don't need more at this moment. Hit OK. Now we have one body. The symmetry is gone, and so we make clear symmetry anyway. Yeah. And I think we could also bridge this one. Could have done it in one step also. So bridge 1, 2, then side 2, 1, 2. Faces 1, OK. Now let's check in the 3 mode. I will do little adjustments here, that in the right view. Just push the outer line a little bit further. Maybe just the point here. check in the 3 mode if it's not too weird. We will add here later on, of course, edge loops that the border keeps nice. And here I could add symmetry again. Actually, would be easier for me. 1, 2, yeah. And because here I want it to be a little bit more round, would be nice, I think. Just squeeze it together a little bit. So you're free to give it a form that you like. Looks good. Then we will extrude this form here. And also for extruding, please select both of the sides here, and maybe we're even not using no, let's take it with the 2 of them, should be enough. Switching to the right view, I'm just moving that point a little bit more like this. And then take both, hit Option or Alt again, and push it. You see, we got an extrude here. Oh, I got 2 extrudes. Just do 1 step back. Because my first extrude, I have to edit a little bit so that the form is following better my geometry. And what you should do is have a look that this shape gets a nice 6-sided form, and you can flat it down, for example, in that way with the scaling, and then check that this should be a round start for the next extrusion. Know what I mean? So just more or less. See that? I have now a nice round form. I rotate it back a little bit and scale it down. Switch to, yeah. That's important when you go on, because this is more or less round, and when you do an extruding, then you get weird. So be sure that you start with a nice shaped 6-sided hexagon. Then do your second extrude with, again, Alt key and okay. E Option, then extrude second time. Scale it, move it, rotate it so that it's more or less straight again. Maybe I flat it down here again so I have a perfect shape. Again, Alt key, Option, extrude another time. I will rotate it a little bit, move it, and again, Alt or Option, rotate it, and I now scale it up a little bit. Yep. Okay, maybe not too much. as you saw from the images before, I have to scale it also in this direction a little bit more. Actually, we just delete this face and the other one. We have equal number of edges here, and that will help us. And what we do is we go here to bridge again. Select one side, I double click, select side 2, double click, and it already worked. And we will insert an edge loop here. This will help us immediately. Hit OK. And this edge loop we will slide to the other, that we get a better or a harder form. And so there's a nice tool called Slide Edge. And I selected it already with double click, and I can just define that it is moving somewhere near here. And in the 3 mode, you see it's finding a nice form. Let's switch to this view, and now we have to add it a little bit more that our stuff follows the image. So I'm just editing here some edge loops, maybe a little bit bigger. Also check from this view. Always rotate your images from all directions. Make it a little bit thicker. Be sure that you have symmetry still on, otherwise you will just edit one side. And now it's time to create some edge loops in the areas where we need harder edges. And we will start here with this one. So let's hide here the body. This one going down here will be our first one. And therefore, let's try to select all this going down, but I guess Fusion won't insert. Yeah, it stops actually where he can't find a correct calculation for the edge loops. So I'm just doing one coming down here. This is the first one, and I will create another one, and I select just the 3 of them. I will do a manual connection in later. Then insert edge, go to this side, hit OK, and I will connect them manually with insert point. I can connect from here to here and hit OK. Let's see what we get. Not too bad. And now we try or what we will do, we will rearrange here a little bit of our edge looping, and I also modify this whole loop a little bit. So just, oops, one direction. Okay, I think I have to do it separately. So pull it out a little bit. Okay, not too much. And here I want this connected with that one, and the back one, I will create another one here. The reason why I do this, because I will get a better form actually. And so I'm inserting more points, and I use it from here to here, 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 and here, because here I guess I need a little bit more edge looping anyway. Hit OK, and then I delete this one in the middle and connect also with insert point this with that. Looks now a little bit weird. I will rearrange, of course, now the points a little bit, the edges. Got here a little bit more of better shape. This will help us anyway here in this case. So switch to the right view. And get the points here so that they just fit a little bit better. Let's check in this view. I was too far, so go back a little bit. And here, let's check in the one mode where the edge flow should go. I move all this up and move this point, you see, where this is going. Otherwise, check a little bit, hide your body, or you can here in display settings, when it's easier for you, just wireframe, and you might see it a little bit better in the background. It's anyway hard to see. Switch back here, you'll also see here the shortcuts. So yours on the Windows PC, of course, may a little bit different. But this looks nice, I think. Let's check remote. Yeah, everything's still fine. Then let's go on to the next edge loop. We will do this and this more or less together. Switching here in my one mode again, and I select here 1, 2, 3. Modify, insert edge, and be sure that you position it on the top. Okay, not down under. It's important because this is a tricky edge flow here, and so we have to reconnect later on some stuff. So the first one, and then select these 3. Again, insert edge. Now on the right side, so on the inner side. Okay. And you see now, of course, we have a little bit of troubles here. And be sure or be aware that Fusion hates triangles or polygons. Always work with 4-sided edges. yes, Fusion also can work with polygons, 5 sides or something, but triangles are absolutely unacceptable. So now we will remove this one and we will recreate a line between there and there. So let's go modify insert point, the connection from here to here. Okay, and now we got a 5-sided polygon here, and we will split this now in also again insert point from here to here. Okay, so we have here a 4-sided and here a 4-sided, and everything is fine. And when we go to the 3 mode, and sometimes see it, I'm just trying to go to the 3 mode, and especially when you do such kind of modifications, then there are geometry problems maybe pop up because the calculation in the background doesn't work, don't know. And when this happens, that you can't switch in the 3 mode anymore, then go to utilities and say repair body. I select here a body, and now you see here some of the points that Fusion may have a little bit of troubles, and error star, error, 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 okay. And when I click on this, this one I will fix in a second. Here there was a problem, hit OK. Now try again. Okay, now I just clicked on it, so the red ones, the stars, are not the problem. They just say that here are 5 lines coming to one point. That's not, not too good, but now the 3 mode can be calculated again. So just be sure. Nothing changes actually. Maybe there wasn't a welding or something. Just that you know, when this happens, the repair body utility will help you. Then let's go down here. Of course, we have here some splitted geometry. And this edge loop should go down right here, because here we have a sharp corner. And I do this just with the, not insert edge. Yes, actually I can do the first 2 edges with insert edge on the inner side, hit OK, and then I will connect the rest with insert point here, here, here. Okay, and I will weld these 2 together, weld vertices, connect this 2, hit OK, and let's check the 3 mode. Yeah, you see, when you build it up that way, we have a very nice and smooth geometry here. And I will just check here in this view that I do a little bit more editing. Of course, when we get more edge loops, then the stuff is flowing a little bit different, and that's the reason why I'm always checking the 1 mode, that nothing is getting too weird, and the edge flow is okay. And I will add here just a little bit of forming that I find better. I hope you still have your symmetry on. Then here you see, let's check. No, but it's doing fine. Just moving this a little bit out, and here also looks okay. When you want a sharper edge here between these two, I won't insert another edge loop, but you can slide. Oops, there were too much selected. Just this. It works anyway. Okay, slide this a little bit here, so you get a sharper area. Also check in this view is if everything is flowing nice. Let me scale this here just a little bit. It's up to you how this form should look like, but of course more or less the form should be let's check also without lines, if without the canvas, if it looks smooth all over. Also very happy here. So in the images I have here a little bit more of an edge. So I'm adjusting here a little bit. There. But I think I'm happy with the all over form. Just have a look from all views and see if you are happy, and then finish your form. This is what we end up with, and looks quite okay. And we will create a solid body now out of it. So, but first of all we have to patch here the top and the bottom with a patch. Okay. I reverse the normals here and here. Yes. And then we can stitch everything together. See, green lines. Perfect. Okay. Maybe I'm editing here a little bit again, so I can easily go back to my form, because yeah, here I'm not happy with the stuff I did. So you see, you can go back at any time, and you may just push it out a little bit more, because maybe come inside here. It's important that you have a good all over edge flow look finish form. Now this area looks a little bit better. And then we have a solid body now. And with this solid body we can add a fillet, and I will do this here at the bottom. Let's check the canvas. Yeah, it's up to you. I'm happy with 10 or 12 or something. Yeah, I will take this. And I recognized one problem now. When I have a look from the top view, you see that my cylinder isn't actually perfectly round. Even if I didn't move any vertices during the freeform process, the calculation actually, wasn't perfect. And so I will delete this top part here and create a new connection with that one, that I get a perfect round shape up here to create the cap and so on. So now you learn a technique how to repair things, repair and renew. So what we do, we create some offset planes to cut our geometry. So construct offset plane, select the bottom plane, and we will create two cuts actually. I could also do this with a sketch, it doesn't matter. I set one offset plane here somewhere so around, let's do it around there. So somewhere in the middle where the line is straight and then the curvature begins afterwards. I take here 285. It depends, of course, on your sketch, but here somewhere in the middle. Our first offset plane, and because we will need that to create our perfect cylinder later on, and another offset plane from the bottom, and here I'm cutting somewhere, let's see, here. Okay, because later on I will recreate this part here in the middle. Could also take here, no, I will go a little bit further down. Yeah, actually it doesn't matter. Oops, this was too high. Yes, okay, somewhere in between. Okay. Then I will cut my body with a split body tool. Select the body and select the lower plane and cut. Just add my lines here, and I will just show you, I will delete this in a second, but first I will draw on this plane. So select this offset plane and create a cylinder on it. Take here the center point and create a cylinder of 53 and cut it, and you see the imperfection of our model. when I say create a new body, I will use that. You see how sometimes it is bigger or smaller, and you see it even better with the cut. That's the reason why I'm recreating that, and I think this will also be in your model the problem, or a problem. So what I do is I create a new body because I need it anyway in a second. I take a height of 17. Okay, now I have my new body here, and I will delete that top part. Remove. So now we have to recreate the part in between. And for that, quite easy, we will use a loft. This is our first profile. This is our second profile. And you see, okay, it's connecting straight. The reason why is here this setting. And this setting means that it is connected just straight, okay? And the best thing that you can do is change it to curvature G2 if Fusion let you do this. Sometimes only G1 works, also fine, but the most perfect version is this one. So change it to curvature G2, and you see immediately how I get here a tangent and perfectly smooth transition from these two objects. Hit OK, and then I'll hide my canvases and all my stuff, and the lines. You see we have a smooth transition, and now we can go on working on this. And yeah, actually we will add a shell here in this situation. Now we get our material thickness. You can see it here with the section analysis. See, we got our 1 millimeter model thickness. And the next thing we do is we'll create a thread, and we will do this a thread and a cap. We will just create the cap first, and for that I just reactivate here my this plane, because there I can start with the first one, and I will select it, and we will create a cylinder on it, so my origin here pops up at the height of the plane. So select the center point, and let's see which height we will take, or which thickness. It depends on your work now. No, let's take 50, so that it is a little bit thinner, and maybe even 49. And let's make it 50 in the height. Hit OK, and what I do actually is I pull this down because this is most of the time longer than the cap actually. So push it down 25. So when you get yourself a detergent bottle at home, you will see the kind of form I will create. I will not use the image here. It would be much more complicated, but this tutorial isn't about this kind of form, so we're just using the simple stuff. Then create a fillet. 5 is fine, I think. And we'll create also a shell here, 1 millimeter again. Hit OK. So that's the first part. And now we need this thicker thing here. So activate my detergent again. And I create a sketch now of the side plane. Then let's do a projection. Create, project. Then I select here the body. Hit OK. Now I get my purple line where I can start from. And you see here a little offset from here. I just position it somewhere, actually. Take it, I think 5 millimeters are fine. Then another one, just hit L on the keyboard to create a second line. 25. Then another one, just 1 millimeter. And another one, take it 3. Then I will do a fillet here. I could also do it later, but 3. And now let's do an offset. 1 millimeter, perfect. And connect it that the profile is closed, and we could do a revolve. Oops. Switch off the 3D sketch here. Good. I can select the profile. Fine. I finish my sketch. And no, sorry, not finished, because we need, no, we don't need a construction line. We could use the axis for rotation. So let's revolve. Select the profile and select the axis. And create a full rotation and see nice cap. Operation set to join. Okay. You can do some more fillets here. So if you want, fillet here, here, here. Here, here, and here, and also here. No, 1 millimeter will be too much. Let's take 0.5, so get a little smoother look here. Okay. And now we will create a thread on the inner and the outer side of this one. So I hide here my body and activate the cutting plane I used before, because now we will create our coil ourselves, not using here the thread, because this has actually the disadvantage that it always takes away material, and of course you have just the given presets, and I want a thread now on my own, and this can be easily created with a coil. So get in a coil Then select the center point here, and we will take, let's try 53. Then our coil pops up. Of course, we have to make it a little bit longer, smaller. We take 3 section size, then change here to triangular external. Then revolutions 2, and height, let's take not 0.8, 8 millimeters. See that? Seems to be fine. Maybe we change it to, yeah, let's change it to 55, so that it is cutting. Actually, we won't cut, of course, but before we will join it, please create a new body, because we will taper the ends a little bit. Section position on center, that's fine. Hit OK. Then just a quick and dirty tapering. Select the first of all, please hide the bottle. Then select triangle, go to revolve, select this as axis, and no full rotation, just rotation of, please take 100 degrees here. So you see what I am aiming. Maybe you can even take more. No, I think 100 is enough. Okay, the operation was joined because it should join with this, but not with the bottle. Then the second one, also revolve. This is my angle, and see, angle 100 degree, join also, and they are now tapered. And we'll add a little fillet on it. Let's see if this works. I'm not sure. Yeah, looks nice. 0.3 or 4. Okay. Now I can join it with my. Now I will create the other one, and maybe I have to rearrange my positioning. I will activate also my section analysis here, because this will help me that it fits together. So take this one, section analysis, not calculated too bad, I think, everything. So here I can switch on and off my section analysis. And now I switch off the detergent, and this is my inner coil. Just hide all this stuff. Activate this plane again because I need another coil. Great. Coil, then see, activate the plane, and then use the center point. Then we had 55 of diameter, and now add the same stuff that we had before. We had a section size of 3, a height of 8, revolutions of 2, and the only thing we will change, we change to triangular internal. The reason why, because this coil will come here at this cap body. You see that? What's my goal is, and I switch on my section analysis. And my inner coil, now we have the same positioning. And so it's cutting each other. Of course, change it to new body, because yeah, now you see it a little bit better. What's the aim? And we leave the revolutions to 2, that's fine. The only thing that we will change in a second is the positioning. Maybe when this is a little bit too far away, that it won't connect perfectly, so I give it just a little bit better that it's coming here inside. And hit OK. Here this is my outer coil, and I will hit M on the keyboard and move it so that it will fit in. Take 2 millimeters. This will be the perfect positioning. Then hit OK. So I hide everything and also switch off the analysis, because I need to do my tapering. So revolve, take that one, then select the axis, again angle 100, join, but be aware that everything is hidden. Okay. Then also with this triangle, revolve, axis, this one 100, join, yes. And now it's time to connect all the stuff together. The first one, the outer coil, has to be connected here. Oh no, I forgot the filleting. Fillet. No. 1, 2. We had a fillet of 0.3, so that it's the same. See here how they fit together. Yes, everything's fine. So inner coil, hide, and now we will combine these bodies, combine this one with the outer coil. Don't cut, please join. Hit, don't keep tools, hit OK. Now we have our cap. And then activate the other stuff. And combine this body with the coil body, join, keep tools off, and hit OK. Now I have my detergent and my cap, and section analysis also fine. I think we are finished with our model. Switch everything off. With our model of a detergent bottle. And as usual, I did a quick rendering with some plastics materials. Yeah, so that was the tutorial, and hope you had fun and not too many problems, and I hope you learned a lot and new techniques that you might need for any other project. So bye bye.